with Making Provisions for Ministries, hosted by Bishop Jerome Jones. This show is all about aiding ministries in financial growth and prosperity. Tune in weekly as we delve into strategies for expanding ministries and acquiring the necessary resources for survival in today's world. Discover practical solutions and actionable steps applicable to any congregation. Don't miss Making Provisions for Ministries with Bishop Jerome Jones. It's time to take your ministry to new heights.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Jerome, and I am delighted to share with you today about this new powerful plan, how to turn $100 into thousands in 3, 5, or 7 years. There's a link on your screen right here now that you may want to write it down and write it down very carefully, that you do write it exactly as it is, and then go to that link at any time that you desire to do so, and you can get a lot more information. I'm going to show you some very important parts out here, and I hope that you'll stay and watch this that I'm going to show you, and then you can always go to the link and get the entirety of what we're sharing with you here today. But I want to show you some so important aspects that will cut through all of the chase and let you see just what this is all about. When I say this is an exciting plan, I really mean that, and I mean that it is coming down on your side. It favors you as an individual, shows you how to put aside $100 now and let that $100 grow into thousands of dollars over 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. I don't want you to sit through this presentation, though, to not know what it requires of you up front. If you really want to see financial growth, if you want to make a change in your financial world, and you don't want to be caught up in having to do this and do that, follow this meetings, or you don't want to get caught up in having to sell something or refer people or recruit people. You don't want to get caught up in all of that. If that's where you are, then this program would be of great interest to you, because there is no selling, there's no buying of products, there's no monthly subscriptions, there's no work that has to be done. Absolutely none. Once you set this up, you're simply going to do this. You're going to wait to 3 years, or you're going to wait 5 years, or you're going to wait 7 years. And all the time while that time is running, every day you're going to be able to look into your account and see that your account, your income is increasing every day. So I'm here to tell you, it's as plain as I can tell you. I'm not going to try to hype it. I'm not trying to give you some false sense of security. I'm here to tell you that this is a project, and it's a project that can literally change your financial world, and your risk, the risk that you have at any point, the maximum risk that you have as an individual is $100 over a period of 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. Now, let me explain what I just said to you. I am telling you that if you take part in this project, the most you can ever lose 3 years is $100. The most you could ever lose in 5 years is $100. The most you could ever lose in 7 years is $100 if you take part in this project. I'm also telling you what is the potential gain. As always, with financial income opportunities, there must be a standard, regulated, required disclaimer, which says I cannot guarantee that you're going to make any money. And the information that I'm sharing with you is for educational purposes and for you to make the decision to do with this information what is best for you. I can't guarantee what you're going to do with this information, but I also recommend you do your own due diligence to be fully persuaded in your mind and then make that decision that's best for you and your family. Now, what are the potential gains? Remember, you can only lose $100 at best. If the worst case happens, you're gonna lose. You're gonna be out of $100 for 3 years. That's $33.33 and a third of a penny every year. Stretch it to 5 years, it's $20 a year. Stretch it out to 7 years, and you're talking about seven. You're talking about 87 cents or thereabout that you have the potential to lose. $17.87 a year. And now, on the other end, what are the potential benefits that you will have an opportunity to receive? If you choose a 3-year plan, you will have the potential to receive $35,000+ from that single $100. If you choose a 5-year plan, you will have the earnings of $471,000. If you choose the 7-year plan, you'll be right at $1 million in 7 years, all coming from that single $100 exposure from you. That's the most you're going to ever be exposed. So I want you to understand that up front. I can tell you that I can take me and a couple of others to dinner, and in one setting, we'll spend more than $100 for that dinner. If we're talking about, a nice restaurant. And once that dinner is done and we've eaten, that's the end of it. We have no potential opportunity to earn dinners over and over from that dinner. So I'm saying to all of you in the simplistic of terms, take a microscopic look at this. This is huge, and it has the potential to settle all financial issues. So I want you to look at it and make that decision. Now, I'm going to show you my live account. So, by the way, I'm waiting. I just made a deposit in my account, and it has to change. Let me see if it's there now. I'm going to share my screen, and let me just go there and look first, and then I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see. Let me go there, and let me refresh this here, and I'm looking at my screen now. And let's see, when I refresh it, is it refreshing? Let me check this out. Not even seeing, yes, it's refreshing. It's just taking it a while. I want to see, is this deposit there? So while I do that, I'm going to come back to you, and I'm going to share my screen right here because I want you to see this operation. And I'm going to share a live operation today that's going to show this process. And so that's, I'm going to my dashboard, and that's what we're sharing. Now you're looking at my back office of my accounts, and I want to get right into this because I want you to see this here, and it may change while I'm actually in this presentation. You see this amount right here? Okay, where's my mouse? See this amount, $5.20. That's what's in my wallet balance. That's the balance I have, but that's not a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. And so That's all I got there. Now you can help me out. You can send me some more money, and I'll put some more money in this wallet. I would love to see that wallet tick up to a lot more, because I could do a lot more things with a lot more money. And so I want you to see this. But now let's look to the next column here. You see $77,750.27. Now this is also my wallet, money that is actually working for me. And I'm excited about this because it's just I got some things that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I'm really hoping that this here thing changes. And you said, well, why haven't it changed? I made a recent purchase just before I came online. I bought $100 worth of Bitcoin through my Cash App, and I sent $100 worth of Bitcoin from my Cash App account. That's how easy this thing is. From my Cash App account to my Cryptex wallet. So I'm looking for my Cryptex wallet here, where it says this overview balance wallet available. I'm looking for that to jump up to over $100 while I'm on air. I'm hoping that it do that, because if it goes up, if that money gets transferred, if that transaction is completed while I'm here, I'm going to show you a live purchase, a live transaction that will change this number right here that says $77,750.27. And then that'll be a new balance that will be working to make me money. This money here is working every day to make me money every day without me having to do absolutely nothing. So now let's look at this column a little bit further. I'm going to stroll down a little bit. We see where it says a loan in staking pool is $73,440. And that's for 2 contracts. If you see this where it says total DeFi hybrid contracts 2. On the 27th of December, 2024, I activated a 3-year contract. It costs $100, and that contract, when it was activated, the bank gave me $30,240. That's what the bank loaned me in that contract. And then from that very first day, that $30,240 began to earn me an income through compounded interest. And the compounded interest is paid directly into my Cryptex wallet, which you will see in a few moments from now. That $30,000 is a loan, but it is guaranteed by the insurance company. Therefore, I don't ever have to pay that loan back. So in the worst case scenario, I never have to pay the loan back. The loan is covered 100% by the insurance company, and therefore I don't have any other financial exposure. Now, I'm going to be able to share with you, and of course, all the questions that you might have, you can forward them to me. I'd be glad to answer them. But let me go through this a little bit further. You see this line that says profit from staking. I have already received $4,310.27 in profits. This is the amount that belongs directly to me. This is what I have earned from that money. Now, I got 2 of these contracts. One is a 3-year and one is a 5-year. The 5-year contract, the bank gave me $43,200. And so that $43,200 plus the $30,240 added together, that's what makes $73,440. So that's the amount of loans from the bank. All of this money also is insured by the insurance company. So I am never at risk. I am never have this kind of exposure where if something goes wrong, I've got to come up with paying back this money. I think this is one of the most fascinating parts of the entire project because it keeps the little guy from being exposed to the point of losing their inheritance or losing their uh, possessions because they've invested all of their hard-earned monies into something that they have not tested and have not tried. Okay, so I really want to highlight the fact that I am not financially exposed for the next 5 years because I have two contracts. Because I have two contracts, my total financial exposure is $200. So if nothing happens, I will have only lost $200 over 5 years. That's the worst thing that could happen inside of this project. Now, I am absolutely certain that in today's market, that if you would have told the stockholders that have stock investments in the stock market or have investments in the stock market, if you would have told them that their total exposure would only have been $200, they would have grabbed it and been shouting all the way to heaven because of the stability of their finances. Because recently the stockholders lost thousands upon thousands of dollars. 401ks plummet. People lost hundreds of thousands of dollars overnight. The economy, the stock market lost $10 trillion in less than 10 days. And that means that the individual pension fund dried up, people retirement fund dried up, people 401ks was depleted. That means that $10 trillion came from people's investments. So when I talk to you about this program, I'm saying that right up front, your total exposure, if this thing crashed and did nothing, it just had an amazing crash, then your total exposure over 7 years can only be $100 for one contract. So if you had two contracts, it's only $200 over 7 years. If you had 10, then that's $1,000 because every contract is $100. Okay, now let me go on a little bit further. This total staking balance is now $77,750.27. That is the amount of the staking loan from the banks plus the profits from the staking compounded, and now we have a new balance, stake balance. So what does this mean here? This 77,000 means that at the end of the day, of this day, the interest will be compounded based on this $77,750.27, and that increase will be added to this figure, and tomorrow it will compound a higher total. And so we can see here that my last profits, which was yesterday, was $109.62. The last full week, it was $678.03. And the last whole month, it was $797.19. And the reason that it was almost $700 last week and only almost $800 in the last whole month is because the first contract was a 3-year contract that started in December 27, 2024. The second contract was a 5-year contract and it started March 22nd, 2025. So for the most part, so far, I only had one contract. I only got the second contract in March of 22nd. Okay. So that's how why you have that. Now let's go a little bit further into this and let me try to scroll down a little bit more. You'll see this over here. It shows that there are two active hybrid DeFi hybrid contracts. And we can talk a lot about this in detail, but I want to give you a good overview of the program on the central parts. You can see that this is a DeFi 36 staking for 3 years. We got 5 years and we got 7 years. And now there is one that there is pending. Now it's not complete, a 10-year package. But right now it's the 24 months, not 24, it's 36 months, 60 months, or 84 months. If you can see that right here. And you can see that I have one 36-month and I have one 60-month, one for 3 years and one for 5 years. Now let's look here. You can see again, this is the overview profits locked. That simply means that I have $4,310.27 in my account, and that money is not accessible to me until the term of the contract is over. Many of us are familiar with CDs and stocks and bonds, and certificates. Well, that means that you put this money aside for a specified period of time. You're not able to withdraw it. You're not able to add nothing to it. You're not able to do anything with it. This is a fixed amount of money put in a fixed location to be guaranteed for a fixed period of time. And because of that, now the company Cryptex can be guaranteed that they got X number of dollars to use on the market to deal inside of investments, deal inside of currencies, deal inside of the different factors that is needed to generate a passive income. So that's money is locked. I cannot touch it. But at the end of 3 years, then that 3-year contract will expire. And when that contract expires, then the bank is going to get paid out of the proceeds, the $30,240, and the remaining of that money is going to come to me, which will be $35,000 plus from that 3-year. The 5-year contract, when it expires, the bank is going to get paid the $43,200, and the remaining money, which is $471,000 plus, that will come directly to me. So that's how the system works. There's no work to do. There's nothing you have to do. You simply activate your contract. Now, your $100 is not a part of the investment. Your $100 is for an activation fee. You don't have to make any investments. You don't have to make any buys on this or trading whatsoever. All you do is activate a contract. Now you say, well, how is that so? Well, let me go back here to my live screen. I'm there now. So I'm showing my screen and showing me there too. So I didn't know that I could do it that way, but thank God I'm back here. So now in this, as we see it, in fact, I want to just let me just stop sharing my screen and let me just come back here like this. There you go. In this here, this opportunity that you have, okay, you're going to put aside this $100, and it's just going to be Cryptex is going to use it. They're going to manage it. You're not going to have to do anything whatsoever. You say, well, how does this system work? This system has 4 components, 4 players. The first player, one of the players is the DeFi contract, the DeFi hybrid contract. And you say, what is that? That is where you take money and put it in a smart contract that allows it to be locked in and utilized on the market to generate passive income where you are paid the dividends or interest. So it's the contract. The contract is then given a loan from the bank. The bank take $30,000, $240 on the 3-year, $43,200 on the 5-year or the 7-year, and they have deposited that into your account. Now that is the bank putting up the capital that is going to be used for investments. Now we have the insurance company, because the banks are not in the business of losing money. So the banks now have that money insured by the insurance company, which means the insurance company says, if there is a default on this project, the banks are guaranteed to get their loan 100% returned back to them. So the banks is sitting in a very good position, because not only are they guaranteed to get the loan back, but they're going to make 6.75% annual interest every year automatically. So they're doing extremely well. The insurance company says, we'll insure it because that's our business, but they're doing pretty good too, because on the 3-year insurance, they're making $210 every month for 36 months. On the 5-year, they're making $300 a month for every month. And it's all automated. There's no human element involved. So they are guaranteed payment without interruption. They're in a very good position because these projects don't default. So the insurance company is doing really good. And you say, well, Bishop Jones, if they don't default, why the insurance company? Well, because banks are not going to take the risk of losing their money. It's a secured position. It's like you don't ever go out to have a car wreck, but you are required to have car insurance. Now, you would rather never have to use the insurance, but you do pay those monthly payments to the insurance company just so that the insurance company can get in a position to say, we will guarantee that if your car gets wrecked, we'll fix it with no charges to you. That's what the banks have put in place. We'll loan this money because we know if there's any default, the insurance company is going to pay us the full amount of the loan, and the consumer is not going to have no exposure. Now you got to love that, and I want you to just think about it, because again, I'm painting the worst case scenario, because if you're going to do something, you want to know, how much do I stand to lose? What if? A lot of people deal with the what ifs. What if it doesn't work? What if, I do this thing and it just goes up in smoke? Well, if that happens, you're out of $100 over 3 years or 5 years or 7 years. Now tell yourself this: you spend more than $100 on perhaps chips and soda over 3, 5, or 7 years. You sit and have one nice dinner for you and your family, and you spent $100 just for one time. Okay, so just put it in its proper perspective. If you want to compare it, put it in that proper perspective. And in this case, you have the potential to have return for that $100, 35,000 or 471,000 or $1 million. That's what we're talking about here. And it's not strange, it's not nothing new, it's not some new operation. No, this has been going on for years. This is dealing with currencies, is dealing with the bitcoins, it's dealing with cryptocurrency, which is the becoming the universal currency around the world. And so if you're not familiar with it, you really need to be familiar with it. It's just like when gold came on the scene, or diamonds, or just like precious stone and silver. These things has value and currency value. And so you can now be a part of something that can answer your financial uh, concerns and keep you from being financially exposed. Now, let's look a little bit further. I'm going to go back to, I told you I want to show you my accounts. I want to show you my live accounts. And so I'm going to go back now to, I showed you I had $5 and some in that in my deposit account, and so I want to see that they do in it that my if I look now, I want to see is it still the same, because I want to know when it makes the switch. I'm gonna have a transaction that will take place right here in real time and show you how this works in real time, if at all I can do that. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to right now, but I'm going to do my best to try to get there. What's today's date? Is um, let's see. Today is the 26th of April. Yesterday was my birthday, and so uh, I'm turned 69. And this is the first day on my way to 70, if the Lord's will. So now I want to go here. I'm looking, trying to get back inside the wallet. I may have to sign out and then come back into it and see have it been refreshed. Oh no, it haven't refreshed yet. So it's still in the process. It usually take 20 minutes or so before that can be refreshed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign out, and then I'm going to come back and sign back in and see if that, and just to show you, I think I want to go back and let you see that I'm actually signing into my account. I don't want you to, there's nothing hidden here. We want you to see this, want you to understand it, want you to be able to make a educated decision, because this indeed, guys, is something special. If this works out as I fully expect it to do, and as I have researched it and have testimonies and insight from those that are experiencing it, this is a real, bona fide, legitimate opportunity. I've searched it on the blockchain and it's there. And if you know anything about blockchain uh, transactions, you know that they're the most secure transaction in the financial industry anywhere in the world today. And there are trillions upon trillions of dollars changing hands every day anonymously. Nobody knows who the person is that owns that money, and therefore it's not taxable. So you don't have to worry about those kind of things. It's really your money. You can do whatever you choose to do with it, and you can make it to increase as much as you want it to increase. So now let me go back to sharing my screen and see, can I go into it once again? I'm going to try to go into log in. Yes, yes, let's go right here. And hopefully now it'll allow me to log in. Sometimes if we are logged in somewhere else, this will not let you log in because it is a really secured in its transactions. So you cannot log in on one device or in one browser and then don't sign out and then log in at another browser or in the same browser or another device. Uh, when you finish, you have to log out. Well, I'm here now, and let's see, it is still not there. So I'm going to have to wait on this to come. Well, something just happened here because I've got um, I've just increased this amount right here. It's at it was 44,300 and some dollars, and now you see it is at $4,414. And let me look at what my latest deposit, my latest amount rather, was. Okay, there it is, $104.02. That just came today. That just came in today. That's just the amount that was paid into my account today. So now that's interesting. It is every day though. This is going to grow every day until the contract expires. This is going to grow. Yep, that's what happened. You see, that was 77,700 and some dollars, and now it is $77,859. So since we've been on here talking to you, the compounded interest was paid to this account in the amount of $104.02. So that's just how this works. Every day that takes place until the contract expires. So now I'm going to stop sharing. And I've shown you the account. And so what I want us to do is to understand that you can establish one of these contracts, you can establish 10 of them. It's up to you what you want to do and what you want to do to change your financial situation for the future. Every one of us that are in ministry can take the advantage of this opportunity as well. Set aside $100, let it sit for 5 years, or set aside $1,000. You can. It's what you desire to be able to do financially. Those are different things for different people. But this project started in 2016, and it has been running 9 years, paying out the compounded interest. And when you go to this link that I have on the screen, you'll also be able to hear the entirety of the whole program. And you'll also be able to see in real time the payment of over $400,000 to individuals that have done just what we are doing and just what we are presenting to you. You'll also see others, 15, 20 other individuals. And Cryptex is on the stock market. It's everywhere. So it's not hidden in a closet. It's everywhere. And you can monitor this as your account every day. So what is different about this project? And if I boil it down or put it in a one simple statement. What is different about this? The amount of exposure that you have, which simply means how much am I at risk? That's what's different about this. The difference here is that the risk factor is only $100 per contract, whether it's a 3-year, 5-year, or 7 years. All of these other plans, all of these other investments comes with great risk. In fact, you can lose all of your earnings in these investments. You can lose all of your pension funds. You can lose funds. The hedge funds are losing. Stock market is crashing. All of this, IRAs, 401ks, all of them have much greater exposure and financial risk of loss. This here is capped at $100. Now, many people will look back at themselves as they come into other people that are successful with this project. They'll look back at themselves and say, I should have did this. I should have gotten involved. Well, that's just like looking back at Walmart when the shares was 35 cents a share, saying I should have got involved, but I didn't. That's like looking at Windows when the shares was 25 cents a share. But we didn't get involved. And now the Windows have went on to produce multimillionaires, and we still don't own any stock. That's like looking at Federal Express when they was trying to get people to buy into shares of Federal Express, and it was just dirt cheap. It was like pennies. But no. Many said, no, we're not doing it. But now, the people that did are way ahead of those of us that didn't. This is the same makeup. You get involved now, you will be way ahead of those that is trying to catch up because they are behind the curve. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. Whether you like it, don't like it, indifference, it's here to stay. Your banks got more money in cryptocurrency than they have in US dollars. So it's here. It's not only here, it's all over the world. So I want to encourage you that we're only talking about $100. That's all. So I'm encouraging you now to take a closer look at this project. I'm Jerome Jones saying, have yourself a Jesus-filled day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Making Provisions for Ministries, hosted by Bishop Jerome Jones. Join us every week as we discuss aiding ministries in financial growth and prosperity. This is your opportunity to delve into strategies for expanding ministries and acquiring the necessary resources for survival in today's world, and discover practical solutions and actionable steps applicable to any congregation. So until next time, God bless from your friends at Making Provisions for Ministries with host Bishop Jerome Jones.